I recently purchased this magnetic drawing board, a new color magnetic drawing board via Amazon. This was to replace my 3-year-old's drawing board. This one that he has, which I'm having trouble doing with one hand, has some flaws in that it has all these dead pixels, so to speak. They never can be erased, and there's some areas that can't be properly colored in. When you attempt to draw with this, you get lines like this, and you can see the image. So when I came across this one, which purports to allow you to draw in color, I thought, awesome, a new technology that's new and improved over what was already there. It's about the same size, same shape, but when it arrived, I was disappointed to discover that this was not a representation of what you could draw. It was actually rather a piece of cardboard with a glossy surface and with a grid pattern in the back designed to exactly match the grid pattern of the drawing board, using colors far more intense and higher saturation than could ever be achieved with this device. I thought it was rather deceptive. Setting that aside, let's see how this operates. It comes with a pen or stylus, and you can take and supposedly draw on there. So what tends to happen is the drawing disappears. I don't know if it has to do with the coloring that's added to the ink or what the deal is, but whether or not you can actually draw in color, let alone draw, is subject to debate there. Once more, let's try it without. That fades almost instantly. There are a handful of larger magnets that come with this. Maybe it was just a problem that the magnet here wasn't strong enough, and you can make some marks, and sure enough, you can see something there. Looks very heart-like, but before I've even finished the last of the 6 hearts, this one has completely disappeared. This is almost gone. These disappear almost instantly. And my son, he's a prodigious drawer, but he cannot draw fast enough to make a picture and run show it off to his parents before it completely disappears, which is not at all like what we expect magnetic drawing boards to work like. So you can see within 60 seconds this completely disappears. But here's a square one, which makes it easier to get to the corners. You can fill the entire board. And when we do this, I'm even pushing really hard to do this. I'm afraid of pushing harder. You can see that it is highly inconsistent in its application of the color or the dust behind the magnetic drawing board surface. But it too fades very rapidly. It's basically a defective board. Whether it's a defective technology or not, I can't tell. I only have one, but this is not cutting it. I'm guessing that it has to do with the colorization that's added to the dust inside to make it colored, but it does not stick like it should, doesn't adhere as it should, and it's just completely impractical for drawing purposes. In addition, and this was more noticeable when I colored this surface in, you can't actually draw in color. Instead, it's rather that you get to draw in different areas that are already colorized one way or another, almost as if a thin colored piece of vellum had been set up behind this in order to make all the stuff appear that color, which is not at all the concept of drawing in color as I was led to believe. But once again, you can see that we have red and blue and red, and then over here we get green and yellow and green, and there's no mixing of colors. There are very tightly defined boundaries where these colors exist or don't exist, and most importantly, the colors disappear. Broken defective board on receipt of it.